Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video here on this channel. We are back with another productivity news video, and there are a few things to cover in this video or in this week's video. Even though I am still quite sure that this isn't a weekly thing, I am considering a podcast called the Weekly Productivity News, but that's for a whole nother video. Let's jump into the first thing here. Notion has acquired an AI company called Aquarium. I think that's how you pronounce it. Excuse my bad English in advance, but I think that's the name of the application. This is an AI application, and my guess is that they are trying to improve their AI, which is an important thing. So, in general, Notion has acquired quite a few companies lately, and I think that the combination of acquiring something like Skiff, Cron, and this now AI application, I think the combination of this is going to make Notion much more powerful because Notion AI is okay, but it still has a lot of work to do. I have tried like Notion AI and I've tried comparing it to something like Microsoft Copilot, which I feel like is a real contender with the addition of things like Microsoft Loop and the whole Microsoft ecosystem. Um, so I think that Notion acquiring an AI application to make their AI better will be really, really important. Because just to quickly give you the story here, a lot of people moved to new applications after or in the pandemic because they needed very specific things that weren't available before. Before the pandemic, people would just stick with one out of two options. So either they would use the Microsoft ecosystem or the Google ecosystem. Now, a lot of companies and smaller companies are actually moving uh, back to those two applications. The Vergecast did a podcast about that, which was really, really good. So I recommend that one. I will try to find it and link it down below. But the idea here is that people are going away again, especially businesses and small businesses are going away with these third party softwares and moving back towards Microsoft and Google. And all of the money is in the business space. There isn't much money to be made on the personal note taking abilities or the personal productivity abilities. Most of the money comes from the business side. So that is my guess on this Notion acquisition. I think they will try to improve their AI to actually be a viable option compared to the likes of Microsoft and Google with Google Bard and Microsoft Copilot. So that was it for Notion, and it is really exciting. I will do a quick one on this. This is Scrintal. I actually wrote my video in this, but this is Scrintal, and Scrintal has released their new like boards or what they call playground for the mind. This is a new version. I've done a full video, so I won't dive too deep into this one, but I have played around with it a little bit. And I think it can become really, really good. I don't think it is good yet, but I think it can become really good. So basically, just to quickly take you through this, Scrintal is now more of a blend between something like Heptabase and Milanote rather than just being a competitor to Heptabase. It is now better when it comes to using images and files, and I will link my video somewhere so you can watch the full thing. But it is a really cool looking application. Pricing is, I think it's too highly priced. It is too expensive, even though I am actually considering buying this for a year, but I still think that it is a little too expensive, especially considering that there is no mobile application and there is also limited search functionality. So that is everything about Scrintal, but this was a huge and really cool release, and I think the team has done a great job at developing the app, everything except pricing, of course. then we have twos, and I feel like I have a new twos video or a new twos update every time I do these videos. But if we jump, let's do my resources board. We now actually have both grid and board views. So I can do a Kanban board, or I can actually also do grid. And the grid view, I saw Parker's video on this, and it looked really beautiful when he did it because he had images and it will actually show images inside of here, and you can make this look really, really beautiful. This is an example of how his looked. He did his I think he did his books and he had images of all of the books. So that is how his looked, and it was really, really beautiful. And we also have the Kanbans, and I will just quickly explain these. So these are based off of your lists. So if I were to do a Kanban to do list, I would actually jump into my lists and I will create a new one. So this would be to-dos, and I would do separate like sub lists for to do, doing, and done. So doing and done like this, and I would turn these into sub lists quite quickly. And doing here as well, so new sub list there and a new sub lists for done. Let's try one more time like this. And then I could turn this into a Kanban like this, and you would have to do doing done. And I could actually just go ahead and just do a test task. Let's turn this into a task and uncheck it. I struggle a little bit with clicking on this mouse, but then I can drag things back and forward like this. And I could continue to add sublists. Let's say I wanted to add one called research, I could actually do that. So this is a huge improvement, and Tools is just getting better and better. This is, as I've said before, an application that will grow with you, and I think they are leaning into that even more now with the addition of both Kanban and grid views, because you do not necessarily have to use it, but as you get more advanced, I think a lot of people will enjoy something like this. Last up, we have a tool finder, and this isn't really a productivity tool, but it sort of is, and I've always wanted to review something that Francesco has made, so I will actually review this at some point, but there has been a huge update here as well. If we jump into to-do list applications, you now have the ability to actually do filter these. And if you are familiar with like Notion grid view, this looks really like the Notion grid view. And I think the application or the website, it is a website. I feel like the website is really well designed. There are, of course, still a few issues here. So if I now jump back into note taking, this should actually show me my notes here, and if I, or the note taking apps, and if I press this right here, I don't know if they fixed it. They have. So previously when I hit this button, it would actually just show me a 404 page not found page, and that is like small things like that. I also had an experience with my with the mobile app yesterday, or the on the mobile when I used this on the web. When I clicked one of these categories, every single one of them led to capacities. So every time I clicked one of these, I ended up on the capacities website. So still a few issues like that, but the update is really, really cool, and they are striving to become the best place to find resources about productivity applications, and I think they are slowly getting there. I don't know what the plan is for the long run, but I will probably do a review on this just because I want to review something Francesco has made since he is reviewing everything. Anyways, thank you so much for watching today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.